Good afternoon. We are on the last part of Chapter 6. We are doing Lesson 10, Properties and Addition. Oh, I know how much you guys all love properties, but don't worry, we're only using two of them. We're using the commutative property and the associative property. Okay, so those are the ones we're going to be using here. So let's jump right in. Jane and her family are driving to Big Lagoon State Park. On the first day, they travel 1/3 of a total distance. On the second day, they travel 1/3 the total distance. In the morning, they then have 1/6 of the total distance in the afternoon. How much of the total distance has Jane's family driven by the end of the second day? So, for this problem, they're going to use the associative property. Okay? So, what they want you to do is write the number sentence to represent the problem. Use the associative property to group fractions with the like denominators together. So we see we have 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/6 because we traveled 1/3 of the total distance on the first day. On the second day, in the morning, they traveled 1/3 of the distance, and then in the afternoon, they traveled 1/6. That's where they got 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/6. So they want us to group the fractions together that have the same denominator. So 1/3 and 1/3 have the same denominator. Okay, so the 1/6 is going to go out here because it's a different denominator. So when they have the same denominator, we know we can add them together. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and our denominator stays the same. Very good. So we add these two up and we get 2/3 plus 1/6. We bring that down here. Now, the same thing we always do when we're adding fractions with unlike denominators, we have to find the LCM. LCM of 3 and 6 is 6. Very good. So we know that 1/6 is going to stay the same because the denominator is still the same. But 2/3 is going to change. What times 3 gives you 6? That's right, it's 2. So 2 times 2 gives you 4. So our new fraction is 4/6. So now we have the same denominator, so we can add them together. 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay, so Jane's family has driven how much of the total distance? 5/6 of the total distance. See, so it's the same thing we've been doing throughout the whole chapter. We're just learning how to use it with properties. Okay, this was page 407. Let's turn to page 408. All right, now this is using mixed numbers. Again, we're going to be grouping together the numbers that have the same denominators. So we're using commutative property and associative property. So let's put them together. 2 and 5/8 plus 1 1/8 Okay, these are going to be the same denominator. And our different denominator is 1 and 2/3. So we put 1 and 2/3 out here. Okay, so this is equal to 1 and 2/3. Oops, Miss Johnson wrote that wrong. 1 and 2/3 plus 2 and 5/8 plus 1 and 1/8. They want us to rewrite it correctly in their terms. So let's add these together. Well, 1 and 2/3 has to stay the same out there because there's only one like it. Then we add these together. Same denominators, remember? Fractions first, then we add the whole numbers. So 5 plus 1 is 6/8. And 2 plus 1 is 3. Excellent. 3 and 6/8. Okay, so now we have to find the LCM of 3 and 8. So let's list them out. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. Okay, let's 8 up. 8, 16, 24, 32. Okay, let's circle the ones they have in common, which is just 24. Okay, so we make our new fractions. 6 over 8 equals, and 2 over 3 equals. Okay, 24. What times 8 gives you 24? That would be 3. Very good. 8, 16, 24. So 6 times 3. 6, 12, 18. Okay, 8 times what gives you 24? 3 times 8 gives you 24. So 2 times 8 gives you 16. So now we have to add 16 and 18. So now we have 1 and 16 24ths plus 3 and 18 24ths. Okay, so we add it together and we get 4 and 34 24ths. Now, we talked about this. This is an improper fraction. Okay, what that means is we have to divide it. 24 divided by 34. I'm going to tell you a secret. Did you know that the fraction line is actually just another way to write a division sign? This is basically saying 34 divided by 24. See, that's how we know we have to divide, because that small fraction line that goes just like this just means to divide. That's all. So we divide 24 into 34, and we have 1 minus 24, and we have a remainder of 10. Now remember, we wrote this out in one of the lessons on Show Me. This quotient is our new whole number. Okay, this remainder is our numerator, and our denominator always stays the same. So let's reassemble this fraction. So we know our fraction is 10 24ths. We have that extra 1 and we have 4. So what's 4 plus 1? 5. So our answer is 5 and 10 24ths. Okay, I hope this has been easy to understand. What your main focus on is to group the fractions with the like denominators together first. Okay, that's how we use the properties to solve, by grouping the numbers that have the same denominator together and solving those first. So, for the work, I would like you to do page 408, A and B. On page 409, so we have page 408, A and B. On page 409, I would like you to do 1 through 9. And then on page 411, which is the usual homework page, I would like you to do 1 through 8. Okay, so this is the work for lesson 10 in your Chapter 6 math book. Now, once that is done, I will talk to you about how to do your Chapter 6 test review. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free to email. Thank you.